Do you even know who the fuck I am? Do ya? What is up, guys? For our final installment of the post-race pro race. Why, you ask? Because I'm gonna be a fucking millionaire and then fuck this YouTube channel. Also, the season ended, but... well. We're here with our co-host, Adam Albee.
Hopefully he doesn't replace me next year.
And our reigning, defending, back-to-back... our Morton Buildings late model champion, Hayden Cardwell.
How we doing?
How we doing?
My
Well,
stocks are down a lot.
what's
Hold,
it like?
boys.
What's it like finishing second in the championship? All season, all I heard was, "I'm not gonna win this." Did it feel like you thought it would?
I mean, at the end of the day, we definitely had speed. I feel like, there's definitely there are moments where we had high highs and the really low lows, like at Williams Grove. If we just limit our mistakes more, I think that we could definitely be on top.
Limiting our mistakes. Wonder who said that one in the past.
I don't know, man.
We're gonna have a lot.
I'm actually blaming it on iRacing. If there wasn't a delay in my
Whoa,
spotter, you would have.
whoa.
Whoa! If there wasn't a delay when you were spotting me, I wouldn't have hit the inside wall. I was already inside the wall when you said back up.
Oh, we're making that excuse. Guess I should have just said, I like I'm having the position on quarter entry. Okay, then what happened in the heat race at Cedar Lake? You say, all right, you're out in front, go run your race. I didn't know the race we were running involved hitting the fucking wall on lap 2 or whatever.
Hey man, we dug ourselves out of a lot of holes this year. No, luckily to even finish second.
We had some lucky breaks along the way.
Which mistake? Which mistake do you think put the cap in the feather for you, where it's like, oh,
Williams
Grove, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you weren't thinking that at Cedar Lake, like when you hit the wall or anything. You thought, oh, I still got a chance.
Nah, those guys are bad in the
Yeah,
back.
because we came back at Kokomo, so it was...
The field is so like, I don't know. There's some squids.
Easy to finish top 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. You each
You're not
had
talking
9.
like 13th on back, right?
Okay, let's look
I had
here.
some
How many drivers actually had top 5s? 13 did. Okay.
I had 2 of them, so it's not a fluke.
You had 2. That wasn't a fluke. Wasn't a Colton Davis here.
It's not a fluke like
wasn't a Cole Capri.
Thank God.
Rusty Kruger held on to the 15th. For those who watched the live stream with us, I don't know how much of the race we're really going to go into and review, because you kind of can, if you watch that video, we kind of covered. We can give our thoughts on it, but you know what happened. We have our predictions here. I think we took a look at them in halfway. But I guess I could have went through and seen how many people had the top 10 right, at least. That would have been something, at least. But we all had... Oh, no. 2 people had James, I guess. I had Alex Hagan, James Tim Kendall.
Who is Mason, too? Or what?
Hagan, James Shell 5th was pretty good. The big thing was in the race, James passed Alex for 3rd, and that held on to 4th for him. So Tyler's Kent and Cam, Coop didn't make a lot of noise at the end of the year, but it was still good enough to hold the top 10, which the only person had him in there, I believe, I thought I just saw him. Cole had him in 10th. So he had high hopes on Coop where'd Mason?
Nick Cooper finishing 4th.
He had Cooper in 4th! Holy cow!
Yikes.
Oh, yeah, I'm in 25th. LB Hagum.
I don't think I had much faith in Cooper before, because we did some races or something, and I was like, He did
Even
not
in the
look
pro
good, and he
qualifiers,
just
didn't
came
look
into the
great.
Pro Series.
He didn't
like,
look any
what
different
up,
than he
boys?
was last year in the pro qualifiers. That's why I
Dylan
am where
Dylan
I'm-
Silliman, he killed a lot of those.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. So suppose if no one leaves the series, or if is there anyone that didn't make the series that can come in and change the top 13 at all, that hasn't already ran?
That has not ran a pro.
Never
Yeah.
ran pro.
Dylan Hauser, if he gets unbanned ever.
That had never ran pro, Adam.
Well, he didn't run last year.
I
Yes,
don't-
he did. He won the last race.
Well, this last one I meant.
Oh.
The
Could
one
ask
that
you
just
for some
finished.
research here. I can't think of this off my head here.
Oh, well, I mean, what do I look up? Fucking official point standings for this season, like.
Yeah.
Did David not send you the memo, Hayden, of all the questions we're gonna ask you?
No.
Oh
Just
my God.
Timothy Smith.
Is that
Tim-
Timothy Smith 7 or
No.
no? Is that a different
Wait,
one?
No.
so you're looking for like
That
somebody
would be
never-
his first season if the Tim Smith came back.
but you said somebody to come in that
Yeah.
and finish top 5 in points or top 13?
Yeah,
Or top
anywhere.
13? 13? Okay, anywhere. Be competitive, I guess. Somewhat
Michael
competitive.
Heilman. Michael Heilman's making the jump.
I mean,
I can't
Is it gonna
explain
be
why,
on?
but
Is it gonna be Michael Heilman on Michael Heilman's account?
well,
Yeah.
of course. Who else would run? What are you
Um,
trying to imply here, guy?
how do you think? I mean,
Might have another Tim Smith.
This, really the only one that I would, maybe Tilly.
Fuck.
If I don't know.
Tilly's done nothing and nowhere in anything
I know.
that isn't
I
official.
understand, and I would say Timmerman, but he ran. Timmerman's really
Yeah,
quick.
I guess. I can't find the dang outlaw.
I can't find
It was an
anybody,
active
man.
series, yeah. If they're good already, because if you know, you know. And if you haven't figured out sprints yet, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What about when the new tire model comes out?
Well, we'll see now. If it's supposed to come out for mods. Now, would they have it? What week are we even in the regular thing? So that means they would go, unless they did it mid-season, they'd say we like what we're seeing
David.
on a late model, huh?
Did some research here.
Oh, okay.
What about Bryce Bailey?
Oh,
Hmm.
wow. Yeah, he
I
always
mean,
shit talks pro.
he's definitely smoked me a couple times.
He
He's on ABR now, right?
could. And he'd be top. I think he'd be top. I don't think he'd be that. I think he'd be like a Cole Cabry type. I think he would be very Cole Cabry-esque. You know what?
see.
I'd even give him a little more of a. Well, I mean, Cole's Cole. If Cole races, Cole can be good. But when he comes on once a week, like everyone else does.
I mean, we've seen his racecraft at Charlotte. You know, great move there. Definitely
remember
learned
what
off
you're
that.
talking
I don't remember. What...
That-
oh,
that's
well, he
my
murdered
job.
Adam here.
I
Yeah.
thought it was clear
Did he?
on
I don't
Sounds like a
remember.
B-man, yeah. He's still
a big
having
blur.
recovery from head trauma.
And you know what? I honestly think I could have jumped to 11th or maybe even 10th in points. I don't know. 10th might have been a reach, but I could have jumped up a lot of spots in there because I was just turned on the afterburners. We figured the line out. We're following James up to the front. We're on the same setup.
We'll get there in the future. Most incidents: Zane Scott and Shea Paulo tied.
Right now,
Elbows up, taking the top
1, 2, 3.
positions.
Just
Hey, man,
Cam
they had
falls
elbows
out.
up.
Wow, we have over under.
oh,
Shea Paulo tied. Who said that? Brady said that. He had Shea P. Wow. Who had more laps? here? Shea did. So I would say Zane was the Shane wins.
I mean,
Shea
Cam,
wins the tiebreaker.
Cam,
Or Zane wins the
Cam, I don't know.
tiebreaker.
Cam's up there.
He held it the whole season.
Yeah, but I mean, we incidented out at
What are we
Fairbury.
gonna do with our over-undering our? the three
Cam is
people
up
that
there,
did
but
it?
for the longest time, I don't even know if he ended up getting one. But he never had any 4Xs
No,
against him
he
in the
never.
incident
Yeah.
report.
Colton Davis versus Logan was the other side bet. Colton Davis. Whoops, we are not looking at that. 17th to
I
20.
do think Logan has the more raw speed, but
Definitely,
Logan
and
just
that's why
wasn't
I picked
ready.
Logan.
Logan just isn't ready, I guess.
It was also Colton Davis had pro experience in the past in asphalt stuff. People might overlook that. Wasn't necessarily his first pro season.
Logan's
So who
still
was
in
the
the
top rookie?
very
Well, I
young
guess Logan
age
was
here.
the top rookie. So who's right there?
Rookie.
Cole said the ape would do it. We were wrong with Logan. Tim Ryan over under 1 win. Under. Had 1 win. So, or two, right? Yeah, on the last one. So 2 now. Right?
Charlotte and I don't know what the first one was.
Knoxville, second one.
Knoxville, yeah.
Suspensions. I think we were over. We were over for sure because we had Dylan. I don't know if Kobe was technically suspended,
Reasons
but
still unknown.
we had other P. I think Shivo had a suspension and Diggins.
You know, I will say one thing.
Someone else have one
Like,
for sure.
for
had
Ryan
more than 2.5.
Mayer, for Ryan not to make a race all year, props to him for coming every single week, man.
Oh,
I
mean,
know.
He rang in 2019. How we do that?
Okay, Tyler Ducharme.
Yeah, he finished 24th with 165
Webster,
points.
Brenton Roxbury. Heck of a field there.
Yeah. But,
I don't know.
Yeah, he showed up, gave it all. It wasn't like like many people do, especially in their first year. They would just fucking stop racing.
Fast 4 esports team, really. You know, they were lived up to their name there.
Well, you guys are just lucky that
Ricky
what's his face
Sanders.
didn't make it in. Oh,
That's
I was
Ricky
gonna say other one who got suspended. Can't think of his
Dylan?
fucking name. No.
In the pros or not? If you say
Before
Tanner
it.
Holmes,
No.
I'm so confused.
Drives at Placerville. Sprint car. Something Wings. Sponsors the Wings.
Michael Sellers.
Yeah! Michael Sellers. He would have carried him on.
Not.
He would have shown
Oh,
him
I
the
actually
way.
have somebody. That reminds me. I have somebody who might be. I think would be good if he. I don't know. I've only seen him run hosted races. Another California kid. Tony Gualda. He's always fast in officials, like. Or not officials, hosted. I've never seen him run an official.
He's good when the tracks are right, but
Well, he's good when they're not,
I think
too.
he would be very Kobe-esque. Just never catching a break, never. I don't know. Yeah, never seen him in a league race, I guess. But yeah, I guess enough about that. Anything else? Did they ever? They never penalized Tyler any points. Then did they ever come out with an incident? They gave out the incident report,
Yeah,
right?
they gave him his penalty.
What was it? Oh yeah, it was.
30
Oh yeah.
points.
Oh yeah. Okay. Because yeah, he had 436, didn't he? Right.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, it was if you go over the incident cap in the last race, they would penalize you 30. And I believe this is the first time they were doing this because I don't remember seeing
Right.
this in a lot of
At
the
least
leagues.
I'm
And then if
pretty
it was
sure
your
it-
second
I'm
time
pretty
going
sure-
over, it'd
Yeah,
be 60. Oh.
Yeah.
60
Yeah.
if it was your second suspension.
Yeah, second.
And it's 60 points for your second suspension on the last race, and if you transfer to next year or are in the series somehow next year, it's a 1 race suspension from that as well.
Oh. Okay, I hear it. I don't have a problem with either of those. I don't think.
Especially if it's your second one. I mean,
Yeah, that one's
it's
fine
already
for
hard
sure,
enough
but
to
I
get
mean,
banned once.
you'd think 30 point, that's a lot. It's essentially starting a feature, but I mean, at the end of the year, it's pretty spread out between. Like, it's not going to cost you huge, but I don't know. I don't think anyone in the top. Well, I guess Tyler was in the top 10, so what do I? It's going over against the limit at the end. I don't know. It's. I mean, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it really. I wonder if they did that because of certain things that happened in the Coke series, or that was happening in the Pro series, even more recently, because I thought there was some drama about the last spot and people trying stuff. I don't know the exact stuff, but I guess if that's the conclusion iRacing came to on how to penalize for last race stuff of the season. So, what it is. So, quick time, we had Tim Ryan. No surprise there. 12-9. Gregory Lamy surprised a lot of us. Bringing his, I believe, first good qualify, at least top 5. Not sure about top 10 qualifying. Alex was 8th, 2, 4, 6, 7th. And didn't win his heat race, so he kind of had to start mid-pack. We'll see that, but yeah, it was just Charlotte being Charlotte. Bottom line, I was gonna have this playing in the background. Hagen, as we run this, I want you to explain to everyone who might not know all your real-life racing experience and how much it translated to iRacing, or how iRacing translated to you in the real world.
Yeah, last year was the first time I ever drove anything in real life. Hadn't had any experience at all. Just been on iRacing for a couple of years, and only got, I think, 12 or 13 races in the late model. I don't really think like I would been any better or worse like without iRacing, but I feel like just the I don't even know just the concept of being around cars, kind of helped that a little bit, and I don't think I would have been as good, if I didn't play iRacing. But yeah, just looking forward to this year and getting in more races and see if we can pick up some wins.
Do you think driving the real car, you say, more easy, harder? Not compared to iRacing, but easier than you thought or harder than you thought?
The first time it was really weird because it was a feeling that it was just different. I almost destroyed the car, but after that, it kind of just, it's muscle memory, and it's just simple. Like I definitely feel like going from iRacing to real life, it doesn't affect me, but like whenever I go from the real car back to here, it takes me, a couple laps to get back in the rhythm. I definitely don't think like I'm hardly turning the wheel as much as I do in iRacing.
Are you saying it's not realistic?
No.
No, first year, nobody really made any moves. The track was pretty locked down. The only way to really set someone up, I think, was maybe a little cut down in 1-2 and force something in 3 and 4. Not a lot of movement.
Which that is with the late model, and nothing to iRacing, but I do feel like the late model. The late model is one of the cars that I feel like needs a major update done on here to be even close to how it is in real life. Which I couldn't say much about the sprint car because I don't drive a sprint car. If Alex was on the show or anything, he could probably tell you.
Well, Alex should have ran second in the championship.
What do you think should be done then to the late model, would you say?
It's really hard to say because I'm not no genius or anything, but like I just feel like in the big block you can kind of feel those cars get over on the right rear or on the right front. I just feel like you don't even feel the late model like in the racetrack. It just feels like you're on top of the racetrack with just hardly minimal grip, really. Which I haven't been with the late model on here in forever, since we ran Charlotte.
It's garbage, rubbish. But so here we're just going to take a look at what happened this heat. So Colton got a pretty good start. Tyler took the high road in here instead of squeezing him, so Colton kind of had to follow up Greg. Shell crosses under. Again, Colton enters high. It's still really narrow. Cuts down. Now, he got a 4X, I'm told, for this.
Yep.
And I'm not really sure why. I guess he could have stayed high there. But like if he just straight lifts, he already did get ran into by James, and then if James gets ran into by Cole, so I don't think lifting was necessarily a thing there. He was just set up, coming in high, kind of setting up for the crossover, and does.
Yeah.
I don't know how far Bragan's back. Bragan's same scenario, but I don't know why that's a 4x on Colton.
Yeah.
If anything,
just
I'd say
avoiding
this is
the
more
car
of
in front of
Bragan's
them.
fault because if you're in this situation, so where there's a car in front of you that's going to be slagging, and you're kind of pinned down, like if he just hugs the bottom here, Cole's going to go around on the outside. But so the difference between Tyler and Bragan's position is right now, he kind of has an opening and he's crossing over and he has the momentum. Or well, I don't know what happened on it too. Okay, so Bragan was just coming off the bottom. But if I'm in this situation, I'm up here and I'm just taking my losses and sticking the bottom and thinking, okay, maybe something happens between Colton and Tyler there. But I'm not driving anything as deep as I was. Like, I'm going to throw a slagger and then just kind of have to stop because that, I would feel, would kill my momentum and, allow anyone else behind to catch up.
I feel like they looked at Colton's deal here as if there was nothing else nobody else around Colton. Like, Colton kind of got forced down there. I'd say if it is somebody to blame, it might be him just because he kind of came down the track.
Well, he was crossing over.
But they didn't take into the fact that he's kind of avoiding Shell from sliding up.
I will.
They just looked at it as it's Colton coming down across Eiler's nose.
He's just lane changing? Well, then you can argue. Well, I mean, I guess Eiler wasn't coming up. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter at all, but, like, guess even this was mid-season, and it was like a 4x, and, I mean, I just don't see how that's his fault.
I don't know how that's not a racing deal. I mean,
yeah, I would agree it's a racing deal.
That's exactly what it is.
But, I mean, not to blame anybody, but I'm sure, we can tell the viewers out there, I am really surprised that, the ape saw that coming since we drive on the dash.
And Cole just goes through James, I guess. Really good car awareness here, I think, this whole race by James, because Colton wasn't that far out in front of him, and he keeps wanting to slide Cole, but he knows, not to just go up, and he knows Colton's going to be there, where some guys might just go up and door him. Same thing here again in 1-2. This time, Colton slid, but he couldn't really follow him up. He gets back in line, regain the momentum, and come back at him, in the next laps.
Now, is that good racecraft by James, or is it good spotting by his spotter?
I'm sure James knew. I mean,
No,
if I'm in that situation, no, I know that next car usually, unless the guy in front, unless Colton ran like a big cut down. No, I'm saying me at least. I usually, because we can't really see out of the wing there, but,
I mean, I think we all know James runs into everything on the track, and it was a spotter.
No, if he was if he wanted to clear Cole, he could have. He would just have to throw a really short, force his way into that hole, and throw a shorter slider up here. But he kept doing it as wide arc, and just leaving room.
Okay, we'll get 50-50 spotter, 50 driver.
Were you spotting him for this?
No, where'd you get that from? Next question.
Okay.
Veto.
Now looks like cut down starting to get worn in, especially how slick the corner entry is. So it's not really bad if you're lower on the straightaways. And Cushing wasn't really, wasn't forming. This is still just all loose dirt, loose rocks, especially on exit. It's not all the way out to the wall, so just coming down, making everyone's straightaways longer. I think Colton fucks up. What did Cole run here? A hell of a run. Okay, Cole did a little high-low action here. You have a lot of ground on him. There you go. Cut the car straight. Has a run. Throws the slider. Could have went up the track more and carried more momentum. Colt crosses over. Slides back up. Same thing Colton here. I think I mentioned this live when I spot. So, if you're gonna kind of give up the slagger, which he's doing here, and leaving the bottom open completely, and he's running the high side. See, let's look at the difference here between what James runs. You see how straight James is still into the corner and Colton's turned in? And now we're going to get to this point. You see where James' right rear is compared to where Colton's is down here. When you're going to run the cut down line, regardless, whether or not someone's sliding you, you'll want to always, and Hagen will tell you, so you want to get in the corner as deep as you can, as straight as you can, and then be up in the crumbs, whether it be Knoxville, here, or, anywhere where you're running that cut down. And you want to make one turn, and because if you don't, if you're a half a lane down like Colton here, when you cross over, you're just essentially just spinning your tires. You're breaking all momentum because you're not bouncing down off the cushion. You're not leaning on anything. You're just, he's just out here and, it's starting to get slippery dirt. And he has enough to cross. No, he doesn't, I guess. Cole I don't know, kept his slider low enough. We'll see what happens here, but yeah.
I think Colt did take an aggressive enough turn down.
Yeah, it's just a big mistake there. That allowed Cole to cover a lot more on the exit at 2. Hurts Colton's run into 3. And then Colton flattened him. He could have cleared him if he drove it in. Well, he would have had to turn a little earlier. If he would have got deeper into this dirt.
Yeah.
But there you see the car kind of already just pushed up the track. And just put him in the wall. James says thank you.
Yeah.
Runs this.
Notice the bottom by James right there.
Yeah. James is smart racecraft at the beginning.
Yep, to fall in line behind Cole. That's paying off now. Yeah. You see what he did?
Smart
also, look at this.
Racecraft and good spotting.
Yeah, well,
stop trying to get all the credit here.
He sees. Anytime you see these two, a car about to slide another car, especially if the other guy is trying to cover like Cole is right here, always wide arc, do whatever to give yourself as much momentum on corner exit as possible, because neither of them are going to have any. Don't follow him in on the slider line too, because then you're just going to get stuck behind him and have to lift. So superb job again here by James. This way he's giving himself not only more room between them if they do make contact to react, but giving himself, he's got no pressure from behind. Also, it is a little different if you have a car behind you, because then you don't really want to open the bottom and cut across their nose. But to see what happens, he even just dug all the way down, knowing that. So even if they don't hit, say Cole clears him, or Colton clears him, Cole crosses over, he's in the middle here, and James is under them both.
No James on the bottom. Let's remember that for the next heat race.
Right here? Because, yeah, James did another good thing here. And a lot of people in this situation then would just go and throw the slider on Colton, and then Colton would just cross over again, all over again. What he does, doesn't have the best angle, but he saw the top wasn't that good the last 2 laps, and just goes to stick the bottom. That way, boom, don't have to worry about a crossover. Slider line is the line in 3 and 4 anyway, so that's essentially when you're going to take the spot. Nothing Colton can really do about it. Very well.
Excellent racecraft by James. Good job.
Well, it was all his spotter. Let's be real.
All right.
So yeah, good heat race there all around. Things to learn. A lot of things to. Incoming heat number 3.
Maybe if James woke up on an American time zone and not Australian, he could join us one of these days. Or if you just go back to our hashtag NoCap podcast, you can find him on there.
Okay, holy cow, Cole lifted. Wow, I was going to say, all right, so here's another.
So, listen, remember how I said to note James on the bottom?
Oh.
Let's watch the flat here starting pit. Take the bottom.
And here, nice.
Right here, give some room. See Ducharme in my mirror.
I probably would have slid up. That is me. But, still stuck there. Cole crosses over, gets his lane taken away, has to lift. Nice job by everyone involved. Tyler gets in the wall a little bit.
25 was just a wrecking ball this race.
Well, the setup was terrible.
Yeah.
Couldn't send the reslide on Cole. Tries to rip top again. Shay sees you working the bottom room maybe.
Alex is really fast in this heat race.
Getting Tyler in the wall a little bit. Shay must have took a bad angle in the corner. Yeah, I got a
Yeah, he
little
almost
too
hit the
deep.
tire.
Yeah, because he almost got up to the slick here. Killed all his exit speed. But this time does pull the slider on the
Yeah.
25. We'll look
I
at that
don't know
from
why
his
we're
view.
not turning down there. I mean, he's in VR. He sees it coming.
Well, I mean, even at this point, then at
Yeah,
least
I
be up
see
here
that.
if you're gonna try to drive around it.
Yeah.
And
That's
no
just
harm, no
him.
foul comes through it. But I mean, that could have murdered him. Either one
Yeah.
of them, honestly.
And then I don't know what we were trying to do here.
Yeah, he tries
Probably
to
stuff
step
in
out,
the
but
wall.
oversped
Yeah.
it. Too speedy.
Too much gas for Dushan.
Alex
I mean-
starts finding bottom. Kendall's kind of just rolling that middle and getting above the slick on exit to hold momentum. Whew. Bottom of 4 kind of going away now. I think everyone kind of just forced to slide now. So he tries it hit bottom. Not a bad corner, just not there.
Yeah.
No grip on the middle off because of that banking. Tyler to run with a cut down, getting below the slick. Good setup. Throw the slider.
Oh
Okay,
my
well, I'll
God.
forget this one.
Was that Lamey or who is that?
No, that's Shay.
Shape up.
Oh, low.
No wonder he's got the most or second most incidents. He's racing against Slick Sim Sport, dude.
Jeez.
Oh.
I don't know. This one's different than the previous one. I mean,
See, now if I'm in Shay's position here out of 2, especially because Tyler cut down though, and I know it's slider lying in 3 and 4. I'm doing essentially I'm like Colton did, or even what James did when he was crossing over, because unless you're Hagen Cardwell and you can throw a slider 10 car lanes deeper than anyone, but how do I explain this? So Shay's just running the normal racing line, which is essentially cheating the entry and sliding up. A baby slider. Yeah. So when Tyler has to throw a full slider, it makes it that much harder for Tyler to clear him. Now, Tyler throws it in low and deep enough, well, it looks, I don't know, you get too much sideways? Like here, like it looks like he didn't get up the track soon enough. And I still don't think Shay, because then, and once again, like I said, I would open up the entry here, because I know even at this point, even if Tyler clears him, to cross over, you have no momentum then. You have to lift. So basically, you're hedging your bets, running, it's not chopping the guy.
Right now.
You're not chopping the guy, but you are cheating the entry, which just makes the slider harder. And that also, like I said, makes it harder to react, I guess I should say. So you're just hedging your bets that he doesn't clear you at all for the slider, and you're hoping to drive around it. And it just doesn't happen. I mean, I guess I would initially say, Tyler tried. I mean, if I'm watching in this mirror, if this is me also, if I'm Tyler here, I'm in this mirror, I'm like, oh shit, he's trying to drive around it. And then I end up lifting, but that's usually at this point, and it hurts both cars. When I should have actually just stayed in the throttle. I mean, it hurts Shay here, obviously. Well, yeah, more. But it's just one of those things that it wasn't Shay's fault, but it could have been avoided by kind of just giving up that corner. Less risk, I should say. To give up the position. Was this for 4? This was for 5th spot too. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Tyler could have done a better job getting in deeper, clearing the slider for sure.
I mean,
not even that much deeper, honestly.
I don't know.
Hurt some feelings.
It's a tough spot for both guys. I mean, maybe Ducharme was pissed off from earlier whenever they made contact. And
when he ran into Shay's bumper?
Yeah.
It could have had something to do with it. But, I mean, that's all. It's a product of it's just always it being slider line in 3 and 4. And that's the same thing if, say, at like Eldora in 3 and 4 when the track's not up to the wall yet. You know, when the racing line is cheat the entry, when you're throwing that slider, you know you have to throw it that much deeper. But also as the guy running the line, you have to know, all right, if I do cheat this entry, I need to be ready for whatever the hell comes.
Yeah.
They fucking both could have avoided it. And that was the race.
Yep, continue.
Whoops.
Hayden Cardwell, how are you enjoying your stay here? How are you enjoying your stay on the I Am Indie YouTube channel?
He's been on here for... He left my last one. Was that the only one he was on?
Just ask, dude.
We're in a 57 Larson car. We quit Slick Sim Sport. I don't know what my Dragon Paints is doing.
No, that is my car.
We had big implications here because Mason Hannigan was 1 point behind Rusty Kruger. So this 1 point difference, if Mason would have finished at least third here, would have been big.
Yeah.
Netcode there.
Hello.
I'm still putting that on Rust, even though it was netcode. The way he entered this corner, like back turning to the right and turning left, like it's a fucking non-wing car there.
Rusty making it like a non-wing car? No.
No way. But yeah, that like throws the netcode right rear even more.
Yeah, that's still not Rusty's fault.
No, but just fucking run the right line then not back it in.
That's just asking him
and everyone drives away.
That's just asking him to drive better.
Yeah.
Oh, Brad. How did we... I don't get it. Cam was absolutely flying in this, by the way.
Yeah. Not sure what Mason... Oh, shit, on a fucking brick, dude. Mason comes bottom, drives from the bottom up to the slick here on entry, and then just yanks the wheel lefting it, killing any speed he had, and then turns down in the middle. This is a corner on what not to do, ladies and gentlemen. And then we're in the slick on exit. I know it doesn't really look that way, but it's slimy, it's slippery. Anyone that runs Charlotte knows this.
Yeah, not for sure.
And just allowed Rusty to come in a little bit. Rusty falls off the wall a little bit on entry. Think he's going to warm high, maybe not, but ends up sticking a really good middle because of it there. Same thing. Even with Mason cutting down here, I'd go cheat this entry right behind him, but we're turning up into the slick. Just giving up a little time on entrance. Gives him more speed on exit, though. Helps him set this up. Mason kind of expected it. Turn under right away. That's the line Mason needed to run from the bottom.
Oh, we should have slid up.
And yep, and then we were too nice to him.
Bye, Russell. Oh,
Does he just drive away? And then look at that. There we go. And Rusty even covers.
Look at Joby. Anthony Job.
Anthony Joby.
Big head of speed. Don't like this line here. I like, you know, I'm not anything against the slider at all, but he should have been up the racetrack at this point. Instead, he threw it really big and wise. I don't know if he was just, like I said, probably just being too nice. Wanted to give Rusty the most room to cross over, but with knowing how slick the corner exit here is, especially at Charlotte, and how bumpy it is on that, like, right out of 2 there, you don't want to be sliding up the track with no forward momentum. You'd rather throw your slider up to right here, you know, and that way you can at least get out above the slick, get some forward momentum going. And you see that bite him there. He tries to straighten out, has to hit the wall a little bit. Almost takes them both out. Nice reaction by Rusty. And Rusty does a good job there driving around it. Also opens up the door for AJ now.
Anthony Joby.
I think Cam already bumped the wall. Yeah, he was pushing us around a little bit. Oh, again. If you're going to run this middle line, at least, I'd say still turn in from up against this wall here. Give yourself a better angle, more downhill, use the banking. Instead, again, he just kind of came into the slick on entry and then just turned the car through the slick. You don't want to do that. Just these little small things, and this is, you know, this is This is heat racing, you know, slick heat racing, you know, and it's just those subtle little differences make up so much time, you know, because you can barely gain any time as it is generally in a heat race, but it's just stuff like that, you know, that the normal eye doesn't catch, but David Heilemann catches it. Great job here by the '07 car, knowing that even if top was a little faster here, yeah, cut down was good. You know, there's that slick off too. You know you're going to want to cover in 3 and 4, so you set yourself up for it. That is also something, I think it was Colton Hardy or someone at Lernerville, or it was Rusty. He actually set himself up on a 2, but then didn't cover. Yeah, but
Great job by Hayden Spotter here.
yeah, he knows what to do. But so Rusty gains an oh so valuable point that could have been, you know, if they would have been tied going in if Mason wins out on this battle. But I think, you know, Rusty just ran a better race there. We got
one B main.
One B main, man. One B main. We almost made it a full season where we kept 2. I think the last year we get 1 B main at any point, or did we keep enough?
Couldn't tell you.
Me neither. I don't think we had a B main. 1 B main. I don't think so.
What?
Did we have 1 B main last year at all?
Can't remember. Huh.
We all know what to watch for this one.
Because pretty much track was open for business again.
Oh my! Griffiths, man.
He's got the warning on his wing for a reason. Cooper falls back, gets stuck on the bottom, doesn't give himself a good angle.
Oh,
he's trying to make the bottom work a little bit.
Just kind of staying away from everybody right now. Oh my!
We are backed up. Oh, and then try to take the outline.
Oh, Griffiths is in the
track
wall
is
again.
open. Oh, in the wall.
Kills his teammate.
Kills
another teammate.
Yeah. You know, another thing, and that's... Or he's bragging. Did he fucking do Alt F4? Can't find him.
Cameraman.
I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah,
Okay,
just
so
bragging again. Has speed. Doesn't...
Cooper's
Yeah,
there.
where'd he qualify? Yeah, well, not
Impact.
great, but yeah, just...
Not terrible.
Put himself in a bad position in the heat. You know, anything can happen in B mains, what I always say.
Oh!
You know, and you know, probably would have definitely a top 10 car. And,
Oh!
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
got 4. We got... So the top 3 checked out at this point. And then there was 4th, Smolders, and...
Brett
I said at this point. Keeper's trying to come. Side line, everything settled down a little bit, except we're 4 wide in the back here for 7.
We got him.
Just no one really knowing what to do in 1 and 2. Because yeah, the track just doesn't have a lot of grip anywhere. You know, up top it probably it still feels like crumbs. There's no cushion. Middle, slimy. Bottom, you have to slow down so much to hit it. But there's not like there's a ton of grip to use out of 2 at this point. Oh, here we go. Oh, we had the slider. I was gonna say maybe a cut down 1 and 2 would be the line. Okay, so here we go.
Not for sure what Tyler's line
Not
was
the
there.
greatest time. Didn't give ourselves any angle.
We were telling him.
Oh, we were banging the damn wall off of 4. Attacking the shit out of the slider line here. Yeah, just turned in a little too early. Kind of hurt his... I mean, he's kind of getting out of a slick, but it's not like this grip is worth much being down there.
Yeah, you always say you can lose some on entry and then gain it back on exit. So you'd rather.
And that's exactly what Cole does. Because what Cole does is he gets into the slick, but he lifts to just stick the middle, keep his tires under him. That way he's able to get the freshest dirt. Because here's where the least people have ran on the track so far, is right here. It's just how the hell do you get down there? What's the best line to make it work? And Cole's line was better here. Has a little more speed here. At this point, as soon as I see Tyler move down the track here, I'm not throwing this slider. But that's me. Especially, and I wonder if Cole even knew it was top 2. Maybe I didn't think of that. Maybe he thought it was top 2 in the B, not top 4.
He probably
But
did.
this is one of them Hagen sliders too, where I'm like, oh, I covered. He's not gonna throw that. That's really forced one, just like Tyler threw with Shea. So Tyler put himself in the same position here as Shea did, where he's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cheat the corner entry and hope to God he doesn't clear me. Well, Cole cleared him, threw a bomb, had to spin out and park it in order to do it, and Tyler about did the best he could to stay off him, but...
Could Tyler have just lifted there?
Instead of what? You think he just tried to turn down?
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm thinking next one just bumped her a little
Yeah,
bit.
Yeah,
the
it
way
kinda
it
looks like it
reacted
spun him
so
out.
much, because it's not...
I mean, we got damage.
That could have been from anyone who... So that brings in 4th place, and then again sets us up for a bad entry into turn 1 here. You know, I don't mind going to the bottom, like I said, because if he goes back to the top, he loses so much speed on entry because Anthony's going 10 miles per hour higher. It's faster than him. But instead, he drives again here. And kills all his exit speed again. But that slows, gives Job
I mean, honestly,
more
like,
momentum.
Job didn't even look bad in the seat race. Like, he looks alright right here.
Boom there,
Oh,
boom
side.
there.
Probably
And there's no, because he kind of got forced down there by Tyler trying to cover. So this is like I was saying about Mason's slider, but still, Job's all the way up the track anyways. Even when he got forced down to be lower than he wanted to and had to take a sharper angle.
He did really good keeping it straight off, too.
Banged the wall, kept it straight. That worked really good. Tyler throws it back. Good job by Cooper here, acknowledging he probably knowing that Job was up there and probably is coming down because Tyler is slagging him. Just like James was also doing previously in his heat. Boom, same exact thing too as James. You see the guy sliding. You have 2 cars in front of you. You know one's sliding, so you know one's going to have no speed on exit. So what do? Just take our entry high. Let's come with as much momentum as we can down the track on exit because we know one or both cars are going to be slower. That's exactly what he does. He hits the turn down before Tyler. I mean, Tyler doesn't really have a chance to turn. Okay, well, Job threw the wide slider, huh? See how it pays off.
Hits the wall.
Hits the wall. Yeah, just like Mason did. You know, you can do that in 3 and 4 at this track, but not in 1 and 2. I rarely slag anyone at all in 1 and 2, but definitely not like
Just
that.
like Leonardville.
Cooper here.
All right, here we go.
He made the right decision to go high here. I don't know if I would have done that. He reloaded up for more momentum up top here. Same thing. Saw them going, cuts low. There you go. Now we're 3 wide. Now he can throw his slider. Again, up the racetrack before corner exit. Good job. Let's see how Job here. Job had 2 cars low. He's waiting way too long. He's waiting way too long to... Oh, well, okay. Well, I said that about Cooper, but he wasn't able to get it as straight as Tyler kind of ran into him there. Spins him out. Car goes wonky. Hits the bump, and we just go fucking head on into the wall. Now, there's nothing Tyler really could have did. Well, let's see. We're following him up with the slider, but then he was kind of trying to stay a lane lower than Cooper was because he knew Cooper was going to also be slower on exit from his slider. Job should have been all the way down the racetrack, like Cooper did the other time. I have a video on 3 Wide Racing. Adam Elby is involved in it, where it was him, Leonardi, and Cole Cabry line the land battle, and each of them do everything right, and they raced for like 5 laps because of it. It only takes one person to do anything wrong, which, I mean, no one did anything really wrong. It was a racing deal, but it just shows, I guess, how quick 3-car battling can go wrong. Where if everyone just makes a little mistake, you know, Cooper didn't get the best exit off on his slider. Tyler on his slider, I guess he didn't really do anything wrong at the most. I guess just running into the back of Cooper. I get what he was thinking here, because he was like, all right, okay, I'm getting slid, so I'm not going to get up there, then have to halt on corner exit. So he tried to keep it lower. Now he turned the car the right way too much here. Got too high. I know there's slick there, but at least you'd be set up for 3 and 4, I guess. He even backed off. Just nothing he really could do. And then Anthony, he should have cut down early. I would say he waited way too long. You got 2 cars coming up the track. You know they're going to be coming down. And we just followed their line on exit. So that's what got Tyler sideways there. Was that 4 then? So this is 30. So I think they both won. Once again, like I say, anything can happen in these B mains. That's why you see people, fight for the transfer spots in the heats when they do. Okay, that was the end of it, because you thought they were top 3, were all out in front, and then get caught up in one thing leads to another thing.
B mains are especially scary in Pro Series. I mean, you don't know what's gonna happen, who's gonna do what, especially in the last corner. When you have a straightaway on them, you just never know.
And they're on their back foot because they ran the bottom, the last corner.
Wait, are you talking about a particular incident?
I would never bring up a particular incidents in this show. So we have 1 minute of warm up. So just this again. Track still. You see a lot of loose dirt here, and it's not necessarily like there's slick under. There's just no speed. It was one. I think it was overcast too.
Yeah. It was
just
weird.
one of them weird.
We were afraid that the rain was gonna come, dude.
I mean, I liked it. I don't know what LB's opinions were. I liked it for a change because we actually started the feature out with, some kind of grip on the track still.
Because
yeah, I enjoyed it also.
2 B mains, yeah.
So it's like I said, I kind of found the middle there, especially with Valar on, and
I don't know what this start was.
it just got
Well, we're 3 car lanes higher than the guy in front of us.
Yeah, I don't know what the guy in front of us is doing.
But I just...
Is that
I don't know,
Lamey?
Charlotte
Yes.
is so AIDS, and we see it later on in the race, where it's just... It keeps grip a half a lane down here, and you never know whether or not to rail it. But if the cush doesn't really come in 3 and 4, but just didn't really in this, you just have to ride the crumbs. It's just no fun to run on top. I have to pee really bad, so... Alright, guys, so this restart. Wow. Where should we be? Where are we on? Where are we? One thing I thought too, especially in the overcast track, I thought once 1 and 2 did develop that slick line on the top, I thought the lane down would be a little bit better, but there was so much slick on exit here already. Like even last year, lane down was pretty good in 1 and 2. At least at the start of the race, for sure. I think it was the fastest line. Running. Got no slides. Lane me for second. Jew came through the fucking field quick.
Yeah.
Wherever the hell he started.
Okay.
Who was spotting him for this?
usually me and him will go on our own channel and we'll spot each other as we're racing.
You just missed the bomb.
Drew a slider, man. This was... Where are we coming from? Okay, so
Rewind.
we stuck the bottom.
Gotta see-
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Here we go. So, Kendall just slide him. Kendall slides up. Alright. 2 cars in front of us. We know one's slagging the other. What's the other option we can do besides cutting down, giving ourselves the most momentum? Play the safe route. Stick the bottom and hope someone doesn't murder you coming down the track. Happens, we don't get too much dig, but now at this point we kind of put ourselves in a predicament. So because all 3 cars essentially ran a slower line compared to Shell, so he's got the momentum now. He took the top away from you, and you got Kendall, who you know is gonna slide Lamy here probably if he wants to get back to the fast line. And then we have, of course, Hagen Cardwell. This was very reminiscent to the 4-wide late model slider I told you about, wasn't it? Is that a thing where you're thinking I at the time? Mm-hmm. Where you can just throw Hagen Cardwell, throw again 5 car lanes deeper, even though you think you got it covered, you don't. Kendall has to lift, lifts so quick. Lamey might have not even been expecting it.
Yeah.
Things kind of get stacked up.
This right here was nuts behind me.
And then
I tried
Lamey
to
tries to
run
stick the
away.
bottom, gets tight. And yeah.
Oh, Logan.
You know, it gets wild behind you. Oh, Logan should have thrown that. What are we doing? Man, you just kind of ran that middle. This was the same as instance. This was Tyler in the B main. Heat, was it? And then this was Cole, where Cole forced that slagger a little. Maybe he was scared you were there, but I mean, anyway, yeah,
maybe.
to fall in there.
Sure.
I mean, that doesn't really help. Comes to run this middle line again, though. I mean, it wasn't that much slower, honestly. We would just stacked all these guys up more.
Still not sliding.
Yeah, still just trying to work that middle. Meanwhile, Tim's just ripping the top. You get in line. Then he tries to come up in 1 and 2, and that just kills more momentum. And
Alex had to be so nervous here.
yep, bold move for the points leader, sticking it 3 wide there. And then even 4 with James.
Jesus.
Like I said, balls coming through, but I mean, he was in.
Right?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, he was in 7th. I wouldn't have fucking made that move if I was leading the points.
That could have went so bad.
Yeah.
But
And here, Tyler coming down a little bit, James squeezing up, and there you see him. He gets back up into the wall. About 5 wide. Logan tries to squeeze under him.
I think Alex passes them all here. Soon.
Yeah, just.
I'll get no
Rusty
off of it.
Kruger. Look at the middle. It's working if, you know, you're going to have anyone really high or low, especially. Rusty did his job, finished 11th, passing all the. Oh, okay. Okay. The fuck?
This race is action packed.
Yeah.
Look at Adam Elbert back there. What an inspiration.
Oh, you net coated him,
wow.
man. One, because I only saw his nose spin out again. I was like, what the fuck?
Wait, what?
Huh?
Boom. Net
Oh.
coated.
I didn't even notice that.
You did it on purpose.
We're even.
Just trying to get your Swindle Speed Lab guy the top 15.
Oh, and then he almost merged.
Oh, wow,
Zane
wow,
with
wow,
Logan.
wow, wow.
Austin making bottom work. So yeah, race was big. You got all these crumbs in the middle, especially 3 and 4. Track was
Yeah,
racy.
that's where I started running right there.
And 2.
Oh,
Showing
yeah.
Alex sliding back and forth. James coming along.
Oh, Mr. Consistency right there.
And we have
Caution,
first
caution,
yellow.
caution.
Where'd I go? Where'd I go?
Yeah, don't. Rewind, rewind, rewind. Come on.
Okay. Alright.
There we go.
Okay. So we're going from avoiding this. Lose spot on I. Don't have as much momentum into 1 and 2. I don't know why we cut down here. I guess he was already cutting down before this contact. I guess he thought maybe Zane would. I don't know why we're cutting down here from Cole. And then their middle. There. You know, all that contact. Okay, good line there. Sticking bottom. No entry here.
Oh!
Okay, I
Dude,
thought you died in
right?
3 and 4. Is this 1 and 2 or 3 and 4?
No. Right there,
It was 1 and 2.
after he hits me, I'm cranked left, and I went back and looked at my car. My left front was pointed towards the catch fence on the outside. Like, I was cranked left, and that thing just went dead straight.
So I think it
Like,
starts
it
with Cole
looks
cutting
like I
down,
just
putting
gave
him in
up,
his
but
spot.
I swear, I tried to turn out of it.
I just don't know what goes through his head.
No, he sees those goobers goobing.
I mean, he's
And
just
then he
another.
runs a good
goober.
cut down line here, but
What are we doing? We're at the bottom of the straightaway.
yeah, he's giving them all room. 3 high.
We,
No.
I don't, we no awareness. at
Hang
all.
on.
Like right
Hang
there,
on.
he
No,
sticks-
no,
he sticks
no,
the
no.
bottom
I'm
there, and
defending.
he gets those
Yeah,
3
okay.
spots.
I'm defending Cole in this position because
Oh
I don't.
my god.
We have all this
I'm
crap.
putting in my 2 weeks.
There we go.
All right.
We almost hit the tire.
Hang on. Yeah, okay. I take back what I said. Because I was going to say, no, if I'm in this position, I'm not expecting Adam to be middle here either. But I'm only sliding to the middle. Because there's that many cars and it's this congested, I'm not sliding all the way up the track. What he does is turns it in at 100 miles per hour and even hits the grass. He's trying to slide the next 3 people too, according to his speeds right now. No. And we talked about this before. Never assume someone's running the line. React to where they're running. But I would have assumed Adam was running probably just the high side. Especially,
And
you know,
you
we're
would
at
have hit
Charlotte
me
or whatever.
too.
I probably would have destroyed you too. But then we died. And there's
Oh,
Lewis finishing us off. Oh, and we turtled. And we landed.
I saw the leaders were coming quick, so I like held the reset button. Just cruising along. Kabam!
Oh yeah, because we'll see.
And watch my hands. I'm like cranked left there, and the car just goes straight in the outside.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he started backing out. On the grass like 100
And that's what he
miles per
said
hour.
when he told me. He's like, "I'm sorry. I swear I was off the gas." Well, did lifting work?
Like that. Oh yeah, so I think something happened with Logan here too, where he got a bunch of spots.
LB said, "No, you're not."
What's that?
Oh,
You got spun by a lane.
Oh my
Smooth
God.
netcode, yeah.
save it.
A lot of people complaining the
Kindle.
servers were
What
trash.
did Kindle? Rewind. The
He
double
was
zero
spinning
just
to avoid
spotted.
him.
What?
No, he
What?
was
What?
yanking
What?
right and left. Hey, it saved the car. It got the job done. But I
That's
guess
so
Logan was
fast.
able to get the spots back.
I need
Was
to
that the
switch.
only yellow in the race? Excuse me, coming through. Thank you. Hello.
Yes,
It
it
was?
was.
Okay.
I had one opportunity here on the restart.
Yeah. I think we did, yeah. This
Don't know
reminds
what
me very reminiscent of my Eldora race last year.
Hit the top. He kind
Tim
of ran out of
runs
slide.
a slider, so he hurts his entrance. Not even a slider, but that baby thing, so it hurts his entrance. So it gives us the overspeed.
Yeah, just
Throw a slider, just didn't get low enough. Just didn't
No.
want to get the grip down there. Try to cut, but also like Tim cheating on it on the entry, which again, risky by use. You know, same thing I always say. If you're, I'm not against chopping someone, but if you do, you have to live with the ramifications. We've seen it with Tyler and Cole, and then Tyler and Shay so far. You know, we've seen something different every time. We've seen him get, well, I guess, both times the car cheating and got paid for it. But in this case, it helped out Tim. He
Yeah.
got what he
Yeah.
wanted because he was able to drive around it and leave that guy with no momentum. But you know, I don't know. I'm not. You know, it's just I rarely do it. Especially if I'm not fully in front of them. No, I'm not covering a slider. But
I
yeah,
feel like I don't know if my mindset is I don't know if I could have cleared it if he just ran the wall like he had been, because I'm pretty sure he hadn't been cheating it before that.
No, I don't think he did either. We can check.
No, I mean,
No, he's on the wall.
but I don't know if I even.
But no, like even if you would have fucking wheeled him here, like I wouldn't have felt bad because it was just that's the thing that has to go through people's mind when they're racing one or two cars, at a track like this when the line is what it is, you know.
He's
If
we're
when-
both very lucky some netcode didn't happen there.
yeah, you know, especially for all the connection
That's
issues.
been all.
He's had.
That's been all year with us though. Like at Volusia, we went through each other in the race.
Yeah, you can drive around your right tire there.
Yeah. He's
But
got so lucky this year.
it's just a ballsy move.
I mean, my right rear is literally in
Paid
his
off.
left
That was
side.
probably that was the race swing and move, I guess, right? I don't know. We get close to him again with a run.
Not really. I really do think I'm as good as him. I think I should have won the race.
Yeah, when you just ran top, you might have been a tick better, but we got inconsistent on 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah. Well, also if I would have moved down in 3 and 4, you no.
Oh, I can
Oh, what are we
listen to
doing
the
there?
spotter, but
Oh, we did have a
oh,
caution.
he had another yellow.
Oh yeah, I think this is where Cole gets wrecked out, and he says that Rusty's trying to wreck him for the 15th spot. So I know what you're doing, Rusty.
Is he fucking retarded? He's 12th and locked in.
Cole
No
Newhoffen.
and
Oh, oh.
you're
But
the only.
it's funny because Newhoffen, I'm pretty sure, comes off the wall.
He let off the gas.
Yeah, he made his move to cut down, which, I mean, it's a risky move, but he's got the overspeed right here. But then he thought of it too late, where he's like, yeah, I'm gonna back out, and then he got scared.
Well, he kind of put himself in that predicament, and I mean,
Not Rusty's
you know,
fault at all.
Oh my god, and then he just ban everybody named Cole from the fucking series. Any variant of it. Colton, Davis, Hardy, I don't care. Get him off the fucking server. But no, it was,
I thought it was funny how before even going back and watching it, Cole was like, "Really, Rusty? I see what you're doing," like as if Rusty
well,
did that on
Cole was
purpose
like
for
18 points back, though, wasn't he, too?
Yeah, well,
Was he
I mean,
closer than that? So one spot wouldn't have made the difference.
I mean,
But
he was set 15th
no, he-
at Grove, and
There's nothing wrong with this move he makes here.
I just don't
But
see
then
that.
he stopped, and that's why the contact happened. I mean, he would have had it straightened out.
I feel like Rusty's right front gets taken off right there.
Yeah. If he stays in the gas, you probably left rear right front Rusty, then Rusty is pointed towards the infield, loses a bunch of
Rusty
speed.
probably doesn't lift and comes out of the turn two.
Yeah. Rusty would be in the gas underneath the tires.
He did that in DRT races.
Oh my god! Like, we see what happens here, and we're not even running the top, so we're not full throttle, and we shouldn't be right here.
LB
You
said
see
this is karma.
I would have lifted and tried to follow Austin down, probably. Is someone else underneath us?
LB
I
said
guess
that's
Cooper
karma.
kind of is.
I did not
My
say
god, he just was full of bore.
Yeah, wow, pow, pow on it, kaboom.
He was aiming for Cole. But no, Cole is stupid if he thought Rusty right. I mean, Cole was the reason they wrecked, because he fucking lifted there. Okay, does he?
Thanks,
All right.
Rusty. I can't.
He didn't say anything there.
Oh, just wait, just wait, just wait.
Twice
Oh.
he's done.
I can't hear it.
Twice
so-
he's done that.
Twice he's done that. Oh, well.
Or Rusty say something back, I think.
Oh, did he?
I
I think I told
One
Rusty
way to
what to
get top
say.
15.
Because I watched it because I was no longer participating in the event. I was like, you know, he came off the wall and then tried to split two cars.
Just fast forward it a little bit. Nope.
The other guy.
LB says
Yeah, blame the
something.
other guy.
He's fenced me
I
once. and then
I hopped
came
in my
up and
car
did
because I
another
was
time.
obviously
I
in.
know he's trying to-
Yeah, just so he can hear you.
I got in
We've
my
all
car
been
just so I could
there.
say
Hold my
something.
line?
Oh, yeah,
There
hold my
it is.
line. I mean,
If that's
he
holding
was.
your line, then maybe you need to go Google what that means.
Okay, well, let's take a look again now. This
Jesus.
is what we're here for.
Why are we looking at these apes wreck again?
Rusty and Mason, I think Rusty ran a great race to be able to requalify.
He's holding his fucking line!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back anyways and see how Mason's reaction was. Was he close to... See,
He was on the brakes.
Yeah. Let's see if he made
They
much
pulled his car
contact
down the
here.
racetrack. He probably could have squeaked
He
by.
almost, yeah, he could have squeezed if he actually stayed in it.
Risky. You probably get
I
clipped in
mean,
the
yeah,
left rear.
risky, but I think he clears him enough again where at least it'd be left rear, right front contact. The brakes, low wing damage.
Actually, no. He definitely does squeak by because Cole's car doesn't even shoot up the racetrack without Mason hitting him. He gets by that easily.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
when you, yeah, because Cole's already like back turned left at this
He
point.
hits him here.
Like, I'm just trying to think, like, unless he was going straight, like, kapow, but generally on straightaway contact, he'll never turn to the right. If that was like corner entry and they made that kind of contact, then you could see the guy kind of go straight
Right.
up the track, way to the right. But no, at this point, the straightaway, yeah, he could have I wonder where he restarts now. Is he? No, he starts behind Rusty anyways, so they can count the lap. But yeah, a little bit of wing damage. But even here, because of the heat race, or no, Rusty still had to beat him by a thing. Okay, huh, interesting. Oh, and then Lamy gets. Well, let's go back to the front. That was the worst restart I've seen of the season. Well, we got time to pull it out. Everyone in the top 3 had a job.
I don't really know much happening here.
Damn. Big move by Austin, because if Austin doesn't kind of muscle macing off the bottom, I'm macing. I'm fucking going for something there in 3 and 4 because, well, he probably doesn't know Rusty got sideways or Greg into the wall in front of him. Like upset Rusty car, but. Let's see if he gets a chance back at him again. Alright, the good thing he didn't slide up. If it was slide up behind him, I would have yelled at him.
Times I don't know how fast.
Can we see how slick? Oh, look at the Cooper run right there. I was just about to say, here, I would have just, he should have done the same line as 1 and 2, but here, you know, because exit of 4 got really, really slick. Was Cooper run here? Yeah, this was the line James was running, and it just helps you immensely. You got all the drive out of there. Nowhere to really go with it, but yeah, Mason. Come back a little more. Let's see, he runs the top. Back to it. Cooper just got that middle work, and that's what I think. Yeah, so here's what James is trying. Here's what I was trying to get you to run that you were talking about before, though. If you ran this line.
I started spotting James because I was no longer participating, and I told him that line looked good and all that, and then like 5 to go, James was like, "I'm surprised David didn't tell Hayden to run this line," because Jew was like, "I'm ripping."
Hagen was so silent in this race because he was probably, you know, and that's, you know, Charlotte, you gotta be way up on the wheel when you're running the Cush. So I was just like, I'm just kind of letting him be.
Yeah, we weren't really.
No, you can't just talk through
No.
at least at as much at this track as you can at other tracks where you know. But yeah, especially like with this line you're running, and even when you're running the top though, you see how hard it makes you. Fight the car on exit, just not get in this wall. You have the slick, avoid the bumps, but then also get back up to the top, where that's really what made this line work, is because you just avoided all that, and you still could have got back to the top in 1 and 2. Now James wasn't running the top in 1 and 2. But,
No, I even tried to start making that cut
yeah,
back.
you start trying cutting down there, yeah. Wasn't really it.
Yeah, that line's so fast and painful. But I got to rip in here decent. Like, I was not bad at all in this stage. Let's see, what did I go? A 42. What did Tim go? And I just drank top. Yeah, we both heard it.
Yeah.
And then I ran.
You just run a fucking slider through the middle.
Dude, stop.
Okay, it wasn't that bad. There, you grabbed some more grip there. All right.
See what this lap is? Hold on.
Why you bullying me? Slap shit. I already know it's shit, probably.
Yeah, okay. You just bully me.
That's a 5. Yeah.
I mean, could have been worse.
I mean, Tim ran a 6.
Track just slow down, man.
Yeah. All right.
Sun came out.
Did it? It did? No, it didn't.
Jesus Christ! Look at the clouds here.
I don't know what I was doing at this moment.
The
Maybe,
sky's on fire.
maybe just trying different lines, trying to see if I can find.
Like I thought when you both ran top, I thought you were a tick better each time, but it wasn't like enough to even catch it.
I was
Like,
so
not
good at
without,
top.
like, 15. Well, let's talk goat conversation now.
What?
Goat conversation now. Adam, who do you think is the greatest, okay, at least the best driver right now? I guess we'll talk about that in 4 years.
Like across all
around
dirt,
races,
all around dirt.
Yeah.
Well, I've always said that if I had to put $50,000 on one person, one lap, it'd be Hayden Cardwell.
Is that your answer?
Yeah. And that's what I stole that from you. I didn't.
Oh, did you?
I'm surprised you didn't catch that. And you told me, oh, I've always said if I had to put $50,000 on one person to make a lap, it'd be Hayden. But I agreed with that. I just feel like, Hayden, you can plug yours so they can hear me stroking you, but
I'm on
I don't
my
know.
knees right now.
Hayden just drives the car harder than anybody else and smoother than anybody else. Like Bergeron is fast.
That was fast, David.
Bergeron is fast, but I don't see.
What, that line you just ran in 3 and 4?
I'm talking.
Yeah. I ran 78 last lap.
Bergeron is fast, but I don't see him pushing the car like Hayden does. And Hayden might have made a few mistakes this year, but
He's a lot more slower and methodical. And like you said, Hayden's pushing the car, and that leads to more mistakes.
Not that Hayden's not methodical, because he is, but there's just a slight chance for more error. But yeah,
Well, that was the knock preseason too. Was Hagen can for sure go up and win a race or two, but who the hell knows where he'll finish in a 10-race series in a sprint car?
I even said that. I did not have expectations to be doing as good as I did.
You weren't even gonna run the qualifying series. You didn't show up to week 3 a dick measure with Ricky.
But
And,
all,
like-
yeah. I just feel like, you know, the more laps, just the better I'll get consistency. The
I don't know.
racetrack still
When I
could
watch-
be better.
Like when we test and practice with Hayden, it's like, all right, we're running 3s. And it's like, okay, Hayden's gonna come in here and run a 1, and he usually does. And it's like, I feel like I don't know, he kind of reminds me of Christopher Bell. Like how hard Bell could drive the car, and he might make mistakes every once in a
Oh,
while.
I got close.
But
Um,
okay, somebody else's turn.
No, you're exactly right. I don't think.
Or next, enlighten myself. I just,
Shout out.
you know, maybe
I
back
mean-
to
Shout out.
or around 1.
Good one, Tim.
Like,
Just kidding.
Oh,
I
Good job, Alex.
I don't know. I don't want to shrug myself off.
You're not
like,
right.
Do it. Nobody
Like,
else is
I
going
feel
to.
like-
You too, Mason.
But like I do, like I think out of every car on dirt, I think that me and Alex are up there. But I think that he's just
Good one, Tim.
better than me in the sprint car, really, and it's not by much now.
Right.
Yes, yes.
I think I don't know. I think you're better in the sprint car, but you just made a few more kind of rookie mistakes. I mean, you know, like you hitting the wall you hitting the wall in the heat race in Cedar Lake. I mean, every time Bergeron beat you, like, was he actually that much faster than you, or did you just have to recover from a mistake you made?
Okay, here's my thoughts now, and I'll touch on that. No, I would say, now you guys are talking about, I forgot what I was gonna say. Maybe, yes. Yeah, I guess speed-wise, in any car, 75% of the time, Hagen is the fastest car on track in any car. And at least like Adam was saying, we will be running 3s or whoever, and it doesn't matter the track. Tacky, slick, whatever. Hagen will come in and he was constantly the fastest person.
Like a good 10% faster than everybody else.
Yes, consistently. And but you, like you said though, in a sprint car you can't get away with the stuff you could have gotten in a late model where you bang the wall and whatever, you know, and we've seen that come to bite him this season. So no, for that I would say Alex is definitely better in a sprint car. Better, not necessarily faster, but that's also because he has, like I said, a much more methodical way of driving. He's a lot more smooth. He'll run. He really will commit to running his line, his race, whether it be the bottom at Volusia, whether he's running 6th or whether he's running 1st. First race, that's what he stuck to. Whether just bottom and then covering with the slider line the next corner, knowing he can't really get past at Lernerville, Cedar Lake, and wherever else. But no, the day I used to also say James I thought was the better one all around because I always thought he did more of his setup stuff. And the reason also for James is because I was like, well, he just kind of runs middle like a pussy and anything. But in the VLR Truck Series, he won, I think, like 3 races. And you have to really get the fuck up on the wheel and play with the throttle in those trucks, which he really impressed the hell out of me in that series because that wasn't something I thought would be his strongest suit. And even, running against the wall. But no, I think, but it was the York event, the Williams Grove fixed 410 race. You not only beat Alex at Williams Grove, but it was on a fixed setup, and you can say, oh, well, he was on the fucking T150 or whatever in the live event. But no, that was one of your. I mean, you had run sprint car stuff. You were all the way back to non-wing stuff. You were fast as fuck in that. But oh shit, Hagen signed up for his 410 race. But no, when you won that event, that was the day I goaded you, and I said, well, no, it's fucking that guy. And then you fucking joined our team, and you fucking stomped all of our asses, whether it be late models and sprint car. And it's like, yeah. And I think one reason that also is because, when me and you spot each other, you just, know what the track is doing. Me, you see, I almost say you're driving on a different track than everybody else, even more than me, because I always think I can see the lines. I know what the track is doing more than 99.99% of everyone else. That's what I feel my greatest strength is in the game. Nothing to do with driving. But you're the only other person that I think really even comes close when it comes to trying a different line, knowing when to slide, like the position you were in, making that 3 wide, 4 wide, knowing what to run, how to react. You do that so much better. And then, like I said, when it comes to just, doesn't matter if it's a tacky track, whatever the fuck it is, you're just playing a whole different game than everybody else. You make it look so easy, where I'll be wheeling the fuck out of even in a late model on the top. I'll be trying to wheel the fuck out of it and get straight off the corner, and you just nice and there's corner exit. I'm straight when I'm fucking sawing the shit out of it. And it's not like Alex hasn't had success in late models, and even he was second in non-wing points. But it's not that, like, the most impressive thing I've ever seen Alex do was during the spring fling when he came from 24th and came up to the front on the bottom of the track here at Charlotte, and he had that fucking left front in the air digging. That was and still even he kind of whether or not there was contact in the one, was it on the restart, that got him upset and caused that wreck, and the VLR put him to 7th or whatever, which honestly was bullshit. If I was Alex, I'd still be pissed at them. But
VLR doesn't make bad calls.
I don't know.
I don't even know what happened. He got in the wall and I neck coated him, but then I think he tried to wreck me or something.
He tried to cover cutting down the track because everyone went down the track to avoid him. Yeah, it was something like that.
And my main man KT was like, "No, we ain't having that."
Dude, I would have fucking got banned from iRacing right then and there. If that was me. Because all week VLR said, do what iRacing tells you to do. And it was Alex giving Alex the lead back because it was the first lap yellow.
Nolan Wilson, prelim night.
Yeah, didn't they give him a spot or some dumb shit too? Because
Yeah,
something on the last lap. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
We just give him a
VLR
spot
fucking sucks. I think we can all agree on that.
They got a big block lead coming.
I ain't racing. What?
But yeah, I don't think anyone there was no expectations for you to come and really beat Alex or even contend this much with Alex in a sprint car. I think you came closer than me or James ever did. I mean, you swapped the league even back and forth deep in the season. Only reason we were close is good.
I think James would have won last year if he didn't drop it.
Alex dropped at Knoxville.
Yeah, they each had a drop. It was James' 20th fucking getting lapped at Volusia. That fucked his season, really.
I think James dropped 2 races too, honestly.
I mean, yes, James did win. We won more races than him. but
I'm pretty sure James dropped 2 races, and
no, he had the 20th at Volusia and dropped out at Lernerville.
that's what it was. He was absolute dog shit at Volusia.
He got laps.
Yeah.
I swear I think he had damage though, because he got hit early on. It was one of those like soft hits that probably wrecked the arrow or something.
But as far as like I said, you can get in any car and just go out there. And I'm not saying Alex isn't as good in you in pretty much every car, except maybe not late model. And then you could say, well, you're better in sprints. I'd say you'd probably be very similar in a non-wing, but I'm saying you could just hop in, fix setup, open setup, anything, and just chances are you're gonna be the fastest car on track. With Alex, it's not always that way.
And not taking away anything from Alex.
No,
I mean,
he's a hell of a.
It's a very. That's why we're having the discussion, because it's very
Right.
close. I'd love to hear what other people say too.
Leave in the comments.
Yeah, but
I mean, Alex, you know, he puts in the time, and that's why he's made and won more shit than probably anybody else on the simulator. So I mean, he is the best, but I don't know if he's necessarily the fastest. Boom. Cut it. End it. Let's go home.
cut it, end it. Any other questions?
Aiden, who do you think's the fastest on the simulator in all cars?
Well, it's actually, fuck. Who's that guy with like 7,000 iRating and everything?
Ty Majeski?
No, runs street stocks.
Huh?
Oh my god, the guy that he made peak this year.
You're on your own, bud.
Really don't know, David.
Well, now you're gonna make me fucking look it up, huh, you guys? Alright, I'm gonna get back guarantees, probably top 10 and some sort of fucking stats. Load! Maybe I should check something else. Yeah, these late model poopers probably all top here. Garrett Maines. That's what I was trying to think. He's got a million iRating and everything, man. He's the best simulator racer out here. What you mean?
No comment on that guy.
Oh, look, even wins in whatever the hell this is. 7,000, 82, 59, 71. Huh.
I don't.
I don't know, but how did you think? You know, like you said, you didn't really have expectations coming into the year. Did you have at least have fun with it? Like I said, I think we gave him a hell of a run. Alex,
Definitely disappointing at the end of the day, but yeah, I can't be disappointed really.
Like I said, Alex is so hard to just beat in one race, and then I think he's even harder to beat throughout a championship because he doesn't make the mistakes that you know, other guys make, but then obviously the mistakes that we made this year. I mean, fuck, we broke the car at Williams Grove, or not Grove, at Volusia the first week.
Yeah.
Held on to a third. What else have? Knoxville's pretty standard.
Kokomo qualifying.
Yeah, Kokomo, we're in the back. We're running into cars and B-mains at Seeger after we crashed there. And yeah, running into cars in our heat race, bouncing off of walls like crazy. Wrecking at Weed Sport, not getting our nose stuck in the fucking wall. Like, there were so many things that could have gone wrong that kind of came out right. That's what I thought. I was like, sometimes, you know, it's just that guy's fucking season. And I thought it was going to be us. And then we go out and be a retard at Williams Grove. And
Oh my. Jesus.
No, I had a good time being your spot all the way throughout Late Model Pro into this one.
I thought we were gonna get to.
You love me spotting for you. Keep him in shape. Make sure he gets a good,
because you just
healthy
David
diet,
doesn't say
some
anything.
sleep.
David's like, oh, well, maybe you could try the top.
No.
And Hayden can't hear him because he's freaking screaming the engine.
No, whenever I'm racing for a pro race, like I've told David this many times, like when it rolls to that qualifying session, I get nervous. Like my hands are literally sweating in qualifying.
Yep. That was the most nervous I ever be for pro
Whenever,
races.
like-
My first
like,
year,
I
second
think
year,
that's
it was
why-
always just qualifying. My heart was beating out of my fucking chest.
That's literally why I can go, like, you know, be main at Cedar Lake and dig it out of it. Qualifying bad at Kokomo. Just like, I'm definitely more of a racer than a qualifier at some places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely got that to fall back on, and that's one thing. Like Adam said, I don't say anything. You don't have to say anything while spotting for you because you already know the lines and how to react to other cars. It's kind of just redundant me saying, okay, well, slide this guy crossover too, huh? You know, because you already got that under control pretty much. But this has been wholesome.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these post-race reviews from my boy Indy.
That's fucking cringe.
More content
But
coming
no,
soon.
it was I think it was definitely a good season because, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's if it's one of us or just someone else. It's good someone at least challenge Alex. But I don't know. I don't like having the same person win every. It's almost how I looked at Rallycross when Mitchell won every race, qualified pole, won every race, won the championship. So when that happens, you almost overlook a series like this guy, that guy's just gonna win, which you see a lot. Where it's if Alex is out front, you still see those people because that's what they think of dirt almost. It's how I think of what rallycross. Well, that guy's just gonna go out and win. No reason for me to watch. No reason for me to invest interest or time. And that's why it's good that anyone is up there competing with Alex, or Tim, or anybody, because it makes the series a lot better, I think. And we did that this year. So
I think if there is another championship next year, I'm calling it here. It's ours to lose.
Oh boy, I like it. He's pointing to the bleachers, calling his shots. Holy shit.
Yeah, if you're not on the frickin'.
Well, I mean, Hagen told me he was leaving the team, 2 weeks ago, anyways. And now he said we're playing MX bikes. We're quitting iRacing. We're getting a real job, is what I heard earlier today. Bye, guy. Nope. We ain't gone. We ain't done. We're still in this. We're getting one for America. Let's go, baby. Woo!
To the moon.
Buy those AMC shares, boys. Let's bring it up.
We're all gonna be millionaires. We're gonna have our own late model team. We don't even know if there's gonna be a late model pro or if one of us are gonna. I don't know if I'm running it. We'll be defending it. I don't know, but I don't know who who would even want to come on for late model pro, but that won't stop me from reviewing their races. Till then, guys, hope you enjoyed. Thank you to Adam and everyone who came on all season. Peace the fuck out, and buy GameStop while you can.
Later, Hylomania.